Hello, folks. I'm just sitting in here, avoiding this terrible rain and listening to my villagers just puzzle over these doors. They're really... Okay, well, you know what? There's no getting around it. Running doesn't make you... God, it's so cold. Okay. So, in sort of the keeping with the format of this show, a lot has happened since our last... Oh, it stopped raining. Great. So, obviously, this is very different, right? We removed the old starter hut, set up a basic wall and ward on the ground, and made some infused grass and built some machines. Some of these were done on a live stream, some of these were just done late at night because I couldn't sleep. I had some terrible allergies. So the first thing to look at is this. This is a smooth stone generator. Oh, by the way, this is a bucket of blue crystal. It is a terrible burden upon the landscape. We're just going to put it right there. We'll see what it does. I don't know. Probably nothing, but it's the worst thing ever, and we don't want it. So this is a smooth stone generator. Let's grab our mana ring, and let's band of mana, which I've really been taxing heavily. And let's go over here and grab a little bit. No. Grab a little bit of this. You can see I have an alchemy catalyst down there now. Okay, a little bit more. Just drink it up, my friend. Are you charging? Yeah, you got quite a bit. Great. How we doing on this? Should be pretty good. We need to come up with a better mana scheme. And in fact, a better mana scheme today is the order of the day, because I really am enjoying Botania, and this is Minecraft for fun, so I do what I want. So this is a smooth stone generator. Let's put a little bit of mana in it so that it starts to function. It's not the most reliable thing in the world. It breaks itself sometimes. It relies on water mixing with lava that's above it, right? But sometimes the lava updates first. But anyways, if the lava touches the water, it makes smooth stone. And then the water flows back out, the lava touches it because it's usually slower, and boom, we make another smooth stone. It's falling because of a weight lens on this redstone mana spreader, the pulse spreader, that falls. It falls into, there's a hopper underneath that slab. When you do that, you can just trust me, that causes it to turn into a block. So this is a smooth stone generator that doesn't need a silk touch pick or any fuel, it just goes. Then that's actually not a very complicated build. In fact, you could, in theory, do this with, well, I mean, if you had some way of making sand in the world, you could do, this is like almost all vanilla mechanics, right? Except for the thing that causes stone to drop. Very, very nice. You see these a lot in sky blocks, but because we've been building so much with stone, I wanted to get them. It breaks occasionally, and it takes a fair amount of mana to run, but as you can see, we have 33 stacks of stone in there. This is a more complicated device. This is my personal version of a chicken farm. It works a little bit like this. Let's see. So try to remember these are fake chickens and not real chickens. So because this is a little bit grim in here. Let's see. Can we get rid of this block? We can. It's not safe though. Let's just, we're kind of pushing on the very limits of our space capacity. But you can see there's 17 chickens in here. That's how many I've found roaming around the world, right? And pretty sure that's 17. Yeah, it's quite a bit. When they lay eggs, those eggs get sucked out via hopper and down this chain into this dispenser. When this dispenser notices that it has something, this redstone over here is a comparator looped back on itself in comparison mode. When it does this, it causes the dispenser to fire an egg into this. This is a cauldron. You can see it just fired one. This is a cauldron and a dispenser, or a cauldron, a hopper, and a hopper minecart, all shoved in the same space. Well, I guess the hopper's underneath it, right? And what happens is that basically the chickens enter in there sometimes. You throw an egg, sometimes a baby chick pops out, and that one happens to live in this cauldron until it grows up. When it grows up, its head touches the lava, and it gets lit on fire and dies super fast, right? Its death super fast results in cooked chicken and feathers, which get caught by the hopper minecart, which can't burn, and then get shot down into this chest. As you can see, we've got a lot of cooked chicken. In fact, if anything, I'm a little bit worried about this because this is less than 24 hours of operation. Oh, you can see it just fired there. It's not the fastest machine in the world, but I don't think it needs to be. So my goal today is to take that chicken and start making much larger sums of mana with it. And I actually don't know how we're going to do it. So today is going to be a slightly different format, and then it's a lot more about experimentation. Let's talk about this. This is something I was doing last night. This is a really, really complicated Rube Goldberg device. The idea of it is that I can make flowers quickly. If I put the ingredients in this list horizontally and cap it with seeds, should work fine. It has a couple little bugs right now, which mean that it's not the best. Let's see. So if that one's on, we want this to be off, right? Interesting question. Can we just grab a sticky piston really quick? I would love to fix this. So basically, the gist of it is, let me show you. The right-hand side is really simple. So the comparator, when there's water, right, we want the contents of this hopper to flow out. And when there isn't water, we want it to stop, right? So the comparator lights up when there's water. It goes into this. It suppresses this torch. It goes into this torch, right? And then goes out into this little thing that just moves the signal around safely, right, and negates it once. Now, the thing is that we have 3 redstone torches in the mix, which means it's a little bit slow to react, because every redstone torch introduces a delay. What we need is a way to negate this. This signal's fast enough, I think. What we need is a way to negate this signal so that when this signal is on, this one is off, right? And we need to be able to do that efficiently and quickly. So what I'm thinking we could do is use this. Well, so another similar trick is this one. This is a sticky piston, and when it receives a mana pulse from the mana detector, it pushes the block away, and that lets this hopper go. This hopper's got a water bucket in the waiting, and there's a dispenser up here you can't see that has a bucket. This system's a little bit jank. I think we could maybe make it better, because right now the way it works is it dumps out here, and that's not the best. It's true. So we got to fix that, but we could fix it, and it will work. So let's see if we could just run over here, right? Let's make a sticky piston. Okay, so put that there. Oh, yeah, excellent. So this will negate that signal, right? So all you have to do is put this here. And then I think, in theory, we can break this and disable this, and this, right? If we just put those redstone back, it will re-enable the old method of the system. But I think that actually is enough for this to work. So when that is off, this one will be on, and vice versa, right? I also have a Solignolia. I don't know. That one's quite the pun of a word, and that means that my ring of magnetization won't bother things around here, which is good. Helps a lot. So let's see what we need to do. So the next thing we'd like to do is work on turning this chicken into mana. We're gonna need a bunch of stuff for that. I think the way that we're going to do this, the big question is, how are we going to get the chicken out of here automatically and over here where I think we're going to put our first mana battery? I don't know. But I do know what flower we're going to use. There's only one we could possibly use, and that's this generating flora. We are going to use, where'd it go? A gourmaryllis, right? And this is pretty cheap. We need to make some more runes really quick, right? But it's not too bad, and we can make one of these right off the bat, I think. But the gist of this is that what we're going to try and do is make it so that we have at least 4 or 5 of these, and they just generate power passively. So this system passively generates food. And if we can turn that passive food into mana gen with a non-passive flower, we should see pretty good outputs. And then we can supplement with other systems. But I'd like for a nice block of mana pools to exist over here, right? Like somewhere around here ish, I think. And, well, not what I wanted to do, right? So I think that's the way we're going to do it. So we'll have to focus on a gourmaryllis. Now the gourmaryllis has an ugly property. If we look right here, it says the amount of mana that created also makes use of the value. That just depends on nutritional value. There's a catch, though. It can only digest a single food at a given time. The mana is created when it's done. And other foods I've also devoured would not create any mana from it. So eat any food in a small area around it and turn it into mana. I think I don't know how to do this offhand. I know I have enough room over here, but I don't know what I'm going to do. So what we're going to try and do is think about how to fix this. Let's make a pair of gourmaryllis first. So for that, I'm going to need... I have the flowers. Another batch of runes of fire. I actually probably need to make another batch of fire, earth, and air. So I'm going to go do that really quick, right? I don't have any fancy automation for that part of it, so I'm just going to grab some living rock and the tools I need and make a bunch more runes. I will be right back when I'm done with that. And we'll probably see if we can... I may actually go really quick and just do my tree farm thing manually, because we're going to need a bunch of mana to build this system, I think. And the only way I can do that right now is these endo flames, which I'd like to move into the Botania factory. And then we'll also look at what we can do to make new materials to make this factory more lovely. I mean, there's a certain lovely cavey property that's very natural about it. And I love these little roots down here and stuff like that that are actually just plants clipping through the wall. But like this back here is hideous, and we're going to knock out this wall so that we can make a tree farm out there and a bunch of other stuff, right? So I'd like for everything to look as cool as the floor does. Like this grass is awesome, and this is like actually for me, like for a Botania, it's like a glittering magical dichondra plant, and I love that. So I'm going to get on that right now. Yeah, let me go do my tree farm business, and then we'll be right back. 'Cause I think ultimately what we're going to do is have a big food farm and be shoving food all the way from out here. From these farms, we'll automate them and push them in there. But I want to be able to make enough mana to open up. I need Elven technology to really get started on that. And also, I'm just having fun. Like this is like a light, like an awesome mod mixed with my favorite part of vanilla redstone. So I'm down. All right, I am going to open up the tree capitate and proceed to get a stack or 4 of wood from this ridiculous Omni tree that I have created. The Omni tree, right? When we build a automated tree farm, we are not going to use with oak because it's like so annoying how super ridiculously huge these massive omni trees get to be. And the more you cluster them, the more they tend to become omni trees. So it like becomes kind of, even with this spell, becomes a bit of a hassle. By the way, people are concerned that I haven't been watching Sai. I have been. I've just been waiting for the mod, like the mod's feature set to calm down a little bit. I'm a little irritated that some of my spells stopped working, but I haven't like stopped liking the mod. Oh no, we'll keep that part a secret. Okay, let me just go ahead and do this and make some runes. That's not super exciting. Maybe we'll meet up in a little bit. Okay, I just finished the crafting. Didn't take that long. Honestly, it kind of gets bigger in your mind than it really is, but I definitely could stand to make that process easier. Okay, whoa. I put down dirt and it climbed. I didn't expect that. Okay, well, that's fine. So let's see if the revision we made to the system works. You notice, by the way, this is a trap chest. That's so that the hopper doesn't immediately suck things down. So let's go ahead and see if our modifications work. So the gourmaryllis takes 2 light gray petals. Could put those here as well. 2 yellow petals. 2 red petals. 2 fire runes. 2 runes of summer, and then we cap it off with seeds. Right now, as soon as we close this, it's going to start crafting, so let's hope it works. I don't think we can lose anything this way, but it is interesting. Let's try it. There we go, 1. Oh no. Our ring of magnetization is not supposed to be on. 1 sec. Okay. Try 2, if we just put this water in. Okay, and there we go. Refilled. Perfect. That's fantastic news. All right, and so, okay, everything should be working properly. This was getting a redstone signal from this. I didn't realize that the interaction changed that. So now my ring won't mess it up. And it seemed to work. I still don't know. Like, stopping this guy from dropping in its stuff too fast seems really challenging. I don't think this is quite fast enough because it's still just got too many... It's just got too many redstone torches in the way. We need to find some way to do it better than that. I think I have an idea too, but we'll worry about that later, right? Because ultimately, that's what we need to worry about. But I think if we were to use redstone mechanics and 1 single piston going a different direction, we might be able to do it. I think we can make it work. We'll have to figure it out because obviously there's just too many. Splitting the redstone signal off here is tricky anyways, so I don't want to do it. It works well enough. We have 2 gourmaryllis, so we can go ahead and put those down over here, I guess. So now, let me just grab a mana pool and we'll talk about what we're going to do. So now, what I need to figure out throughout this, in fact, we might even put them. Wait a second. Let's open up our bauble case, right? And let's take this off, as great as it is, and let's just put this on for a sec. And let's see. So now we're wearing our monocle. We can see how big the range is, right? So if we put them down so that they overlap, they don't over these 2 don't overlap right now. Then if we drop some food on one of these, right, it will immediately. Well, I don't know. Let's grab some mana spreaders. Should be easy enough for us to craft. And let's grab a mana pool. So spreader, right? We can make these pretty quick. Let's see. Do we have any petals on hand? We do. So let's grab a mana spreader, and let's go ahead and make a mana pool. Like so. This will be great. All right, so let's just see how strong these are, because I don't even know. Like, I know that these are better than the exoflames for the most part, but I'm not sure by how much. All right, so let's go ahead and put that there. Put this here. No problem. We can bind this, yeah, like so. That should go right in. These two don't have a spreader, so if we go like so, shift click them in. Come on, hitbox. It's a little bit off. Wait, you go there. Okay, those are all set up. So let's go ahead and grab some of these cooked chicken. Right, by the way, feathers are no longer a problem for my runes of air. Like, holy smokes. That goes in, that goes in. It takes them a second to digest, right? So let's see. 2 cooked chicken produced. That's quite a bit of mana, if I understand it. Like, we could barely keep up with 1 spreader. That's a lot of mana to make from just 2 cooked chicken. But now, as I understand it, if we go like this, they just immediately eat them without any improvements, right? So we need to figure out how long it takes. Wow, did that actually back up? It was so full? Or no, that was the... was that like the particle effect from it? Okay, so let's just try this. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Okay, so about 4 seconds. Oh boy, there's an Enderman right there, isn't there? Hey, go outside. I really need your precious pearls. Oh, look who joined. Sue joined. Hi, Sue. We can go over and take a look at her stuff. I didn't get any precious pearls, though. That is definitely unfortunate. We got to figure out a better way to work on that. All right, I can't believe how much mana we've already made with this. This is like an impressive sum of mana. To the point where I think that we may only be able, we have to get a lot of mana spreaders. If we're going to make more of these, then we're going to have to be really careful. So I think the easiest thing for us to do is just to contemplate a system where we just have to figure out how to get... We want to drop things on the gourmaryllis, and we don't want to overload them, because I think, for example, let's find out what happens if we do this, right? Let's put you here, put you right here. Now, right, and you figure out your spreader, but now what happens if I toss a chicken here? See, now only one of them is actually eaten, right? Maybe I could put it, if I put it over here, then it would get it. So that is pretty much, I think, the way that this has to work. We're going to have to spread them out enough so that they have room to breathe, basically. Okay, I'm also really happy with how much mana we generated in such a short period of time. That doesn't look like a ton on the thing, but if you, let's see, can we go like this and then hold shift? And no, we can't. But if I were to toss it in here, it'll go really fast. Is that draining my ring? Oh, it is. Do this, right? So now it's going out into the tablet. See, it's actually quite a bit, right? It's actually a pretty huge sum. So, gosh, we need to come up with a method for doing this, and preferably one we've never done before. I think the easiest way I could think of offhand would be like buildcraft pipes that would like suck it out. But where's the fun in that? I don't think that there is a lot of fun in that. So I think that, let's see, let's go ahead and put the actual final mana battery in position. So I think one of these will go... Well, actually, you know, it might not be a bad thing. Let's check out. So I know that we can make sparks, right? And it might make sense for us to just start doing that now. Yeah, because they're really actually quite cheap once you have blaze powder. And we got a fair sum of blaze powder. So one of those, we can actually make much, much better results. 4. Pulvis gives us 4. Crucible gives us 3. So that's not so great. Crafting table. So there really isn't any other way. Maybe there'd be like a Botania way. It's surprising to me that there isn't one. Because you would think, right, that like there would be a way. Huh. Well, okay, that's fine. I think we could maybe get some sparks, and even some traded sparks. Sparks dispersed. No, we need elven technology for traded sparks. So let's hold off on that. And I don't even know. You have to get to the end to make the corporeal stuff. So let's hold off on the sparks for now. I mean, they could be useful, but in fact, we probably need to make a few, but we'll not worry about it too much right now. What we will worry about is getting a mana distributor and some mana pools created, because that's what we want now. I think, anyways. A mana distributor. Let's just go all the way back up to the top. Is a pretty nice tool. It basically, mana distributor will fix all this issue by placing adjacent to a few mana pools on sides, receive mana equally spread to all adjacent pools. So we can like aim this at the top and then have it distribute out to all sides. So let's make a mana distributor and 3 more pools. And that should be a really nice initial battery for us. 2, 3, and a mana distributor. It's so nice to just be able to rip through this crafting. Boom. Yeah, all right. Now, let me think about how we are going to do this. You know what might be fun? If we do a little bit of modding, this might be really easy to do. I think we could do it. All right, so let's go ahead and put this... Let's just put it like right here, I think would be good. 1, 2, 3, and then the rest of that goes, grab this one, 4, right? And so all we have to do is get the mana spreaders to aim over this way. We could even knock out this wall and extend the hill a little bit and still get them. I sort of like having a dirt roof, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get rid of that. All right, give me a sec to think on this, because like maybe...